All right, y'all. We're talking today about, unfortunately, Jay Black, the brother who killed himself. I don't know why. I mean, it's people do it every day, but for some reason, this situation has gotten. It's like getting a lot of press, getting a lot of coverage. So I'm gonna cover it today, real quick. I'm gonna try not to be long. Uh, I'm gonna as I read through this article, I'm gonna try to cover it a little bit. Article says, "Who is Jay Black from Baltimore? Man kills ex-wife on Facebook Live Reddit. Holy smokes!" Jay Black, who belongs to Baltimore, is alleged to have murdered both his girlfriend and ex-wife. Ay ay ay. Jay started his offense after killing his partner in Federal Hill. He made a social media post claiming that he was heading to Howard County in order to commit his second crime. The police were informed about Jay, but they were too late to stop him. After authorities reached the location, they found his body along with another woman. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. So this is him. I think this is the girlfriend. I don't think this is the ex-wife. This is the girlfriend. Yeah, rest in peace. Man kills ex-wife on Facebook Live Reddit. The news comes from Colombia by the time Rajaee Black streamed threats on Facebook Live outside his ex-wife's Wendy Black's apartment in Colombia. It had been stated by the police that he has killed his ex-girlfriend, Tara LeBang, in South Baltimore. Rajaee Black said in a statement in the video that LeBang was pregnant at the time he shot her. Oh man, holy smokes! It's the holiday. I have no family. I did something crazy. Yeah, this guy was. See, it goes back to what I was always talking about vetting. See, like people say to me, "Hey, is marriage? Does marriage work?" Yes, marriage works if you go in properly. It's like any other contract. You have to go into it properly. If you don't go into it properly, you won't come out of it properly. If you go into it specifying what's going to happen in particular cases, then you're better prepared for if something does go, if the train goes off the track at some point. But what do most of us, especially as men, what do? We're too scared to even bring up a prenup. We're too scared to even bring up a prenup. Why? Because a woman will say, "Hey, what's wrong with you? Why you want a prenup? You don't trust me?" But she don't say nothing because the court, she already know the court system, the legal system, the state, and the feds. All of these constructs are set up to protect her. So she goes into it protected. You don't. You go into it unprotected. And it's not that you don't want her protected. You want her to be protected. You just need to be protected yourself. And if think about this one. If she really loved you, wouldn't she want you to be protected? Why would she want you to enter into something and you not be just as protected as her if she loved you? Ay ay ay. Think about that one. Yeah, people say to me, "Oh man, you crazy because you say marriage is a good thing." It is a good thing. It's the best thing. Married men live longer. Their children are more mentally stable per capita. They develop better, and they typically do better in society. They typically make more money. But that's it. I mean, but those are just statistics. What do I know? What do I know? Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. But that's why everything is determined by the vetting process and how you enter into any contract. You have to look at how you enter into it. If you enter into a contract upside down, then you're going to be upside down no matter what happens. And that's what has, because of the marriage laws and because of the way things are structured and the sympathy that women get in the court system, that's unearned. They get vagina sympathy most of the time. Get sympathy just simply for having a vagina. So that wears on most men, and most men don't do well in this court system. However, let me get down here, man. Let me get out of this situation here, because yeah, let me get out of this situation. So, however, if you enter into the contract correctly, if you enter into the situation correctly, you'll be able to have different ways to handle different situations. But I'll get into that later. Okay, I got that part already. Of course, now they're trying to say, I don't know how they included Kevin Samuels in this situation, but they did. Some kind of way found a way to include Kevin Samuels in the situation. Who is Rajaee Black? Rajaee Black. Jay Black is from Baltimore. He is no more with us. There are multiple reports that suggest that he has committed suicide. Ouch. For the past few days, people on social media have been talking about the case, some of which, oh man, damn it. Some of the people have been trying to understand the emotions, while some believe what he did is unforgivable, absolutely unforgivable. Columbia suicide murder case. Jay Black has been a major suspect behind the Columbia case, as per a recent update. Both of the homicides and the murder-suicide case are linked to each other. The video shared online, Jay was standing in front of his ex-wife's house. He confirmed that he had shot his girlfriend in her head. He was not at all disappointed about the fact he was ready for his second murder in Howard County. He was then spotted with his former partner. He ran towards her and said, "Today is the day." There are many people who have pointed out, and they believe Jay was an abuser, but everyone got surprised when it got out that he is the one who killed both of his lovers, who was Tara LeBon. Tara LeBon was a certified nurse, anesthesiologist, who has been shot dead by her boyfriend in Federal Hill. Tara's biography has not been featured as a point at this time. Her age has been estimated to be around 41 years old. Her ex-boyfriend, Jay, who was around the age of 40 or 45 years. The suspect and both victims were nurses. Holy smoke. Wendy Black worked at Howard County General, according to friends. One stated online fundraiser for her surviving children. Holy smokes. Tyler Bang worked at Essential State Agnes in Baltimore. Okay, y'all. So now y'all see that these situations can go bad. But how do they go bad? They go bad because we're not vetting the people. We're not vetting these people. We're getting into relationships based on other criteria that's not working for us. And I'm sorry, man, to the families, if you know any of the family, pray for the families that's involved in any of this nonsense. Let me get something up here. Pray for the people that's involved, because what can you do in this situation? What can you do? But how come this happened? This could happen because people are not vetting. You're not vetting the people. We're not vetting these people. We're not vetting these people. We're not taking a good look at them and going to meeting their families, seeing how they respond in different situations. We're not addressing the red flags that we see. We're overlooking red flags, and we're getting into relationships because of a strong sexual attraction. And instead of addressing some of these issues, you got to vet these people, man. You got to vet. And when I say vetting, That's a word that many people use, got many definitions, but the basic your definition that I'm using is you have to look at a person's character and see if they're strong mentally. Remember I told you guys red flags to look for. The number one red flag I told you guys to look for when you dealing with other people, when you looking for a partner, is mental illness. You have to look for it. You see, a lot of people can hide it. How do you think they get to 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old? How do you think they get that old? But they have mental illness. They hide. They get good at hiding it, so you won't see it. Just like a dude addicted to pornography, they hide it, so you won't see it up front. You got to look for it. You got to. And how do you look for stuff like that? Do you go through their phone? No. Do you go through their car? No. You go through their clothes? No. What you do is you look at them in logical situations, and and when you see them doing stuff that's not logical, then you have to say something's wrong here. A normal person would have did this. This person went and did that. Why would they do that? We see when you see broken logic, that's the first sign that you may be dealing with mental illness. I made a video about the red flags you should look for, and like I said, the first thing is mental illness. That's the first thing you need to be looking for. So I'm not saying that everybody that's mental ill should be thrown away. No, what I'm saying is some people are so ill they're not prepared to be in a monogamous relationship and deal with the ebbs and flows of a monogamous relationship. They're not ready for that. They need to be in counseling or in therapy so they can get themselves together, get a handle on that mental illness, and get themselves together, and then maybe they can be in a relationship with somebody. But when you see, and I'm gonna tell you the number one thing you should look for is blatant incompetence. We see blatant incompetence, that is a clear sign of mental illness in some form. Blatant incompetence. Something that's real simple. How come you just didn't pay this bill? What's going on? Why are you so upset? Why are you sad all the time? They get so bent out of shape over little things. You go, it's got to be a mental illness somewhere, right? But of course, when you first meet them, they're on their best behavior. They're taking their meds because they don't, they don't want you to see them off their meds. But as they get more comfortable with you, they stop taking their meds because they feel like you should love me for me, regardless if I'm taking these meds or not. Like Kanye West, right? Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. It's a sad situation, but it just reinforces the fact of vetting the people that you get into these relationships with more. You got to vet the people. What do you think, man? Let me tell you a good people who vet properly. The bank. You go into a bank to borrow money, they want everything but a pint of blood from you. Because they're going to vet you, man, to see if they should give you this money. If they should be vulnerable for the $100 or $200 or $500 or $600,000 you get ready to borrow from them. They want to know, are you good? Right? See, you got to vet, and it's just business. Whenever you sign your name on something, that's business. So you got to sign your name on that marriage certificate. That's business. You got to sign your name on that birth certificate. That's business. That's business. You getting a DNA swab at every live birth. That's business. The woman shouldn't even trip on you for doing that. She should say, I already know. Go ahead and do it. You just wasting your money, but I already know. So she should have no problem with you doing that. But most women, they're going to feel insulted. Anyway, I'm going over the time. I really want to talk about this guy who, did this horrible crime, and the way we can stop having these things happen or slow it down is by vetting people properly. And if you don't know how to vet people properly, come and see me. Come holler at me. And I'll help you try to understand what that means. when I say marriage is a good deal, it's only a good deal if you enter it right. If you go into it right. If you go into it wrong, no, it's not going to be, or a relationship, anything. You go into it wrong, you go into it upside down, right? you're gonna be screwed, no matter what happens. Anyway, it's dangerous out here, y'all, especially for you women. It is for you men as well. So be careful, vet properly. Go out there. If you're going to get in relationships, vet people properly. Don't let just a sexual attraction be the thing that binds you with someone. Don't let it just be that. And then you willing to deal with all these red flags just because of the sexual tension that you got between with this other person. Because eventually that sexual tension will die down, and then you're gonna be stuck with these red flags, and then that's when the top's gonna pop off the keg here. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. All right, peace to the families, man. I hope the families find some kind of way to get through it, and y'all take care. Vet these people properly. Peace.